would say. Really, really powerful. We're gaining a lot of traction. It's something that's really come about. And this is just at a glance. I'm not going to try and teach you the model or anything like that, but it shows the different levels that your teachers can follow. You can probably all sit there and in a moment think about a teacher that fits each one of those columns, right? For better or for worse, they all kind of fall in there. Your hope and what you would try to do as a coach is move beyond, right? Move beyond whichever one they're in and go to the next one. So substitution is what a lot of teachers start out doing, right? Just for lack of knowledge. But if they can get to this point, that's a huge step for everybody. This results in kids actually doing stuff, right? And that's what you're trying to get at. So it's just a model that I use. I kind of keep in my back pocket. I pull out for teachers and I show them, hey, what do you think about this? Can we go here? Can we go there? That kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So let's get to the nuts and bolts of this thing. So there's a few things that I've built over time. And as it turns out, Google Apps was a huge, huge boon for me because of, was it working in Microsoft products? Was it working in the Mac products? This way I can share it with the teachers very easily because the big thing they don't want, seems like, is you to say, oh, it's done, everything's great, and never give them anything. They want to know what you did. They want to know what you collected, what you got, and that kind of stuff. That shareability is huge. So everything I'm going to show you from here on out, keep in mind, cool thing to do is to share that back with the teacher. And if it's good, share it with an administrator. The number of times that administrators come to me and say, thanks for sharing that, to me is already gold because I know he's already talked to the teacher. I'm like peanuts, right, compared to the teacher. So it's hugely, hugely important to do that. So one of the things I created when I first hit the ground at ISB was this minimum tech requirements. And I'm going to show you these. So basically what we built in there were all the links, videos, and things for teachers so that they could take a look at this and say, what skill am I weak in? What skill am I strong in? And it works as a jumping off point again for me and the teacher, right? I don't have to tell them you have to go with Prezi, but if you're looking for some kind of presentation tool, here's some ideas, okay? Here's the links for me that are the tutorials so I can send them to them really quickly. I send this out to the teachers at the beginning of the year. It's wildly unused, but what it does do is when I need to send them a link, I have them all in one place, okay? They have it too, but like I said, it's irrelevant to them for the most part. Simple, 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 okay? The other one I did is, before I was a tech, I was both a librarian and tech. And librarians in the States are going by the wayside for better or for worse, and it's one of those things where you had to constantly prove your job. I think that's an important skill, though, for almost everybody to keep in place. So I built this one, and what it does is basically I just am tracking what I'm doing. What's nice about this is you go back to that same teacher and say, hey, I saw this is coming up. You don't get surprised by stuff. You don't have the pressure that comes that first time you do something. Really nice. I've got the standards that I need to plug in there so that if anybody ever wanted to check, I can go through all the ISD standards that are my standards that I kind of take care of and monitor. We've got the curriculum-based stuff. These, the learning target is kind of the lingo you use to avoid saying, what are you going to teach in your class to a teacher? You don't offend them that way. What are you trying to get the kids to do? She would typically say go with a I can statement. That's a little low level for high school kind of kids. I mean, at that point, there better be more than one thing you can